Hearing on the budget to order. This is the public hearing on the proposed budget for fiscal year 2022-2023 as proposed by the district manager in accordance with those requirements of West Hartford Code of Ordinances 161-28. Roll call, Ms. LeBreau.
Ms. Billings-Smith.
Present.
Ms. Blanks.
Present.
Ms. Cantor.
Here.
Mr. Cortez is absent. Mr. Davidoff.
Here.
Ms. Fay.
Here.
Mr. Sweeney's absent. Mr. Winograd.
Here.
Mr. Zdanowitz.
Here.
Ms. Rifkin. Here. Mr. Morpurgo. Here. And we have Ms. Johnson. Here. And Mr. Spivak is absent. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. LeBreau. And I received the sign-up sheet, and it is blank, and I see nobody in those red seats. So seeing nobody, that nobody is here to comment, we are going to close the public hearing. Closed. All right, you have a 10-minute recess or 12-minute recess.
I'm so mad. I wanted to have some fun.
Well, I'm trying, I had.
You know what, if you he's got like the greatest, okay. Comes out. And relate to just
It's beautiful. Here, okay, are calling the 6:45 Special Services District General Meeting of the members to order, and we will begin with roll call. Ms. LeBreau.
Ms. Billings-Smith?
Present.
Ms. Blanks?
Present.
Ms. Cantor?
Here.
Mr. Cortez is absent. Mr. Davidoff?
Here.
Ms. Fay?
Present.
Mr. Sweeney is absent. Mr. Winograd?
Here.
Mr. Zadianowitz?
Here.
Ms. Rifkin?
Here.
Ms. Johnson? And Mr. Morpurgo. Thank you.
We need you, Mr. Purgo. All right. So this is elections to the Board of Commissioners of the district to represent the taxable residential land use property owners within the district. And that is the item we have first on our agenda. And I'm calling nominations are now in order for the position of district board members representing the residential land use owners. Are there any nominations? Mr. Morpurgo.
I like to serve another term. And we also have an alternate.
Thank you, Mr. Morpurgo. So I received your nomination. Are there any further nominations? No one else can make a nomination anyway. So the nominations are now closed, and we will move to a vote. Only those residential members of the district may vote. So all those in favor, say aye. You're it.
I'm just glad to serve. I've been having hearing problems, but it's getting better.
Good.
If not, I'll have my alternate take over.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mr. Morpurgo. We really appreciate your volunteering to do this. It's very appreciated. So all those in favor, you said yay. So Mr. Morpurgo is now named as a board member. And at this point, Mr. Morpurgo, you will appoint an alternate board member. I guess they don't have to be present. That's correct. So do you know who your alternate will be? Mr. Morpurgo, do you know who the alternate will be? Your alternate? Yeah, do you know who the alternate will be for the record?
Yes, Art Spivak's an alternate, and he's glad to serve, and he's capable. He can come over in 10 minutes' notice.
Thank you, Mr. Morpurgo. So we will note for the record that Mr. Spivak will be appointed as the alternate, and now he will be the alternate district board member. And if there's nothing further on that, then we will adjourn. And we can rest adjourned. We don't have to make a motion. Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you all very much. Congratulations. At the table, we will start our council meeting at 7:30. Thank you. All right. Okay, we are calling to order our April 12th Town Council meeting, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Ms. LeBeau?
Ms. Billings-Smith?
Present.
Ms. Blanks?
Present.
Ms. Cantor?
Here.
Mr. Cortez is absent. Mr. Davidoff?
Here.
Ms. Fay?
Here.
Mr. Sweeney? Mr. Winograd?
Here.
And Mr. Zadanowicz?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. LeBeau. I just do want to again say that our hearts are broken and torn apart by watching what is going on in Ukraine and listening to the personal stories as more and more is revealed, and our thoughts and our prayers and our souls are again in such pain. So we are trying to keep track of ways that we can help on our website through donations and community events, and we will try to keep updating that. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a protracted conflict, a war, and with more horrors ahead. And it's just beyond words to comprehend what's going on. I also want to just share our thoughts and our hearts are with our neighboring state, New York, with the horror that they were met with this morning, and as more and more unfolds, it's just it must have been so frightening for so many of those people. But the one miracle is nobody is fatally injured from it, so that's pretty remarkable. But it's just reminds us how fragile a world we live in, and it's how important it is to be a good people and be kind to each other and enjoy simple moments. So, like a beautiful day like today outside. All right, a public forum. Do we have a sign-up sheet? This is an opportunity for any resident or taxpayer to address the council regarding any item on the agenda which is not subject to a public hearing. I see a sign-up, David Maurizio. I also see that, so tell us the item that you are speaking to, and also appear at and if you're not a member of the town or business owner, I don't know if you're a business owner in town, we have to suspend the rules to allow you to speak. So just could you tell us what item you're?
I was just here to listen to the discussion about the medical marijuana or the marijuana program. I work at a dispensary right now, and in the process of in the lottery that the state is putting out, and just looking to see what the town was thinking. First time doing this, so I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Okay, so, yep, so actually, that is going to be the matter of a public hearing that we are setting tonight. And so you can come and speak then. But in the meantime, we can give you the materials for you to look at on what
Just
are.
looking to listen and
Okay,
see what
thank
the
you.
town's thinking, and if I could answer any questions about the program, how it works now, or anything.
Thank you, David, appreciate it. Okay, thank you. All right, is there anybody else in the audience that would like to speak? All right, then we will go to number 4, Mr. Sweeney. Oh, yes, I have a proclamation, that's right. So we are going to do the proclamation, although there is nobody in person to receive it. Our town staff and every resident of town I think has a vested interest and wants to, I hear all the time how important this is. Whereas Earth Day is intended to inspire awareness of and appreciation for the Earth's environment and is celebrated around the globe on Friday, April 22nd, 2022, with the theme of Invest in Our Planet. And whereas, bless you, National Arbor Day is observed on Friday, April 29th, 2022, and is marked annually by planting trees as a sustainable action to reinvest in our planet's natural resources. And whereas parks are essential to the physical, social, environmental, and economic health of a community, and whereas West Hartford was one of a dozen Connecticut municipalities to achieve a silver level certification as a sustainable Connecticut community in November 2021 by meeting high standards and a broad range of sustainability accomplishments. And whereas local nonprofit organizations such as Friends of West Hartford Parks and West Hartford Garden Club, along with West Hartford Public Schools, West Hartford Leisure Services, and West Hartford Public Works are teaming up to celebrate Earth Day through tree plantings, backyard composting, pollinator and bird-friendly garden plantings, invasive plant removal, park programs, and other sustainability activities. And whereas the West Hartford Tree Project was launched in 2020 by a group of West Hartford students and families under the guidance of West Hartford Public School science teachers Ted Gurner and Carolyn Gurner, and will help plant 1,000 tree seedlings in West Hartford in honor of Earth Day for a second year in a row. And whereas an event to mark West Hartford's celebration of Earth Day will be held at Spicebush Swamp Park on Friday, April 22nd, with a ceremonial tree planting. Now therefore be it proclaimed that on behalf of the Town Council of West Hartford and the residents of West Hartford, I, Mayor Sherry G. Cantor, do hereby pledge to support the sustainable goals of Earth Day and Arbor Day during the month of April and throughout the year. So again, there's lots more to look forward to. Thank you. Mr. Sweeney, number 4.
Madam Mayor, without objection, I move that we place items 5A through 5D, 7C and 7E through 7H, and 10A through 10E on the consent calendar.
Is there any objection?
Madam Mayor, I need to recuse myself from this vote as my wife is mentioned in item 7H.
Thank you, Mr. Davidoff. So Mr. David is recused or what's the other term,
He's
Mr.
abstained from-
Dodge? Mr. Dodge, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Could Councilor Davidoff, could you clarify which item that was?
Yes, Mr. Dodge, number 7H.
Madam Mayor, I would suggest removing that from the consent calendar and voting on that separately so that Mr. Davidoff can vote on the consent calendar and then recuse himself from that matter.
Madam Mayor, I move that we remove item 7H from the consent calendar.
Okay, seeing that now 7H is removed from the consent calendar, is there any objection to the items being placed on consent? Okay, hearing no objection, Mr. Sweeney?
Madam Mayor, I move that we adoption of the consent calendar.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion is passed. Now we go to number 6, unfinished business. Ordinance concerning outdoor dining. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I respectfully request that this item be withdrawn from the agenda this evening. We had previously canceled the outdoor dining public hearing prior to this evening due to the fact that on March 30th, Governor Lamont signed House Bill 5271, right here in West Hartford Center, extending the streamlining of outdoor dining statewide through August 30th of 2023. So that we did not want to do, what we did not want to do is confuse our restaurant owners by holding a public hearing on our ordinance at the same time our economic development and planning offices were working with restaurants to continue the process that has been in place for the last 2 years. However, we want our restaurants to know that we are committed to moving forward with this ordinance, so they will not need to worry about what will happen after April 30th of 2023. So we will set it up for another public hearing after our restaurants are established and up and running for this outdoor dining season, which should be completed by mid-May between the placement and painting of our outdoor dining concrete barriers. So happy to answer any questions that the council had prior to voting.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Any questions? All right.
Madam
Mr.
Mayor, I
Sweeney.
move adoption. Sorry, sorry, Madam Mayor, without objection, I move that this item be removed.
Is there any objection? Hearing no objection, the ordinance is withdrawn. Number 7, Mr. Sweeney.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion to receive the application and refer to Town Planning and Zoning Commission Design Review Advisory Committee, the towns of Farmington and Newington and Capital Regional Council, an application on behalf of Aroas leasing portion of 1500 and 1502 New Britain Avenue, most commonly known as West Farmswell.
Okay, seeing, are there any objections? Seeing no objections, the item is moved, adopted. B, Mr. Sweeney.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion to receive and refer the ordinance to the ordinance regulating adult use cannabis to the Town Planning and Zoning Commission and CROG, the City of Hartford, Town of Newington, and the Town of Farmington, and set forth a public hearing on May 24th, 2022 at 6:30 PM.
Second.
Are there any objections? Okay, hearing no objections, that item is also adopted. So, all right, and now number D, Mr. Sweeney.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion to receive and
Letter
sorry. Madam Mayor, I make a motion to receive a resolution authorizing the execution of a lease amendment with WHFH Third Inc. regarding 60 Starkle Road, and I would ask that if there are anyone that would want to excuse themselves from said vote.
So I think 2 members that are on the fellowship board are abstaining from this vote. So besides,
I will. I was going to ask you if you want to. Okay.
okay, I think we have 2 members of the council abstaining on this vote, Mr. Davidoff and Mr. Winograd, who are members of the fellowship board. But go ahead, Mr. Sweeney, so.
Yes. Madam Mayor, I make a motion to receive and refer to the Town Planning and Zoning and set forth public hearing on May 10th, 2002 at 7:15 PM.
Any objections besides the abstentions? No, motion passes. Okay. So we are just flying through. Now we have reports from the town. I'm so sorry.
Madam Mayor, I move adoption of item H, the appointment of Alexis Davidoff to the Commission on Veterans Affairs for a term to end in December of 2024.
Good catch. Thank you. Okay, any objection? Motion, Mr. Davidoff.
Madam Mayor, now would be the time for Mr. Davidoff to note his recusal.
Yes, and
Thank you, Mr. Judge. Madam Mayor, I am going to recuse myself from this vote.
okay, thank you, Mr. Davidoff. Okay, so Mr. Davidoff is recused. Any objections? Seeing no objections, Ms. Davidoff is appointed to the Veteran Affairs Commission. Congratulations. Okay, now we go to 8, Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll begin the town manager's report with a schedule of our upcoming meetings. On Monday, the 18th, next Monday, we will have our 4th and final budget workshop here in the council chambers at 6:30 PM. We have a community planning and economic development committee meeting next Wednesday, the 20th at 8 AM. That meeting will be virtual. And then budget adoption will take place at the town council meeting scheduled for Monday, April 25th. In other news, the town of West Hartford and the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee is conducting a community survey to help inform and guide the preparation of an affordable housing plan. This survey will help gather information on demographics and community housing needs and preferences. This effort seeks to further many of the goals and strategies outlined in the Plan of Conservation and Development. We encourage residents and businesses to participate in this short survey before the April 30th, 2022 deadline. We will be holding a public information on the North Main Street Road Diet. The town of West Hartford, in conjunction with the project design consultant VHB, will conduct a second public information meeting on the North Main Street Road Diet Trial on Thursday, April 28th, 2022, right here in the Town Hall Auditorium. Presentation will begin at 6:30 PM. We will have information regarding this meeting on our website. The public informational meeting is held to invite public participation, to allow open discussion of any views and comments the community may have concerning the ongoing road diet trial. The presentation will include the results of the road diet trial evaluation. We have several construction projects that'll be coming up in town. We plan to reconstruct the following roadways in 2022: Nesbitt Avenue, Price Boulevard, Park Road to Seymour Avenue, Avalon Road, Vincent Street, Loomis Drive. We also plan to resurface the following roads in May of 2022. Farmington Avenue from Mountain Road to Wardwell Road, Mayflower Street from the I-84 Bridge to New Britain Avenue, Drury Lane, Penn Drive, and Griswold Drive. We also have several more projects that'll take place over the summer as well, so we'll keep you up to date on those. The Fern Street Bridge, which we've talked about in the past, our consultant, SLR, is in the final design stage for the replacement of the Fern Street Bridge, which is scheduled for late summer, fall of 2022. In the short term, the Connecticut Department of Transportation, as you know, has further reduced the load limit of the bridge down to 17 tons. Within the next week or so, a temporary traffic pattern will be set up to restrict traffic over the most deteriorated part of the bridge. So this setup will maintain two-way traffic over the bridge until the start of construction. The bridge replacement project is funded by a $3 million CROG Capital Improvement Program grant, with the remainder funded by West Hartford Stormwater Management Capital Improvement Plan. Newington Road water main, MDC is preparing to begin a water main replacement project on Newington Road from New Britain Avenue to Sampson Street. The MDC's contractor, Paramount Construction, is expected to begin this project this month and will take about 4 months to complete. The contractor will perform the work from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Motorists, of course, are advised to use caution when driving through the work zone and to expect some delays. We'll talk a little bit about the second booster shot. The CDC has expanded eligibility for a second COVID-19 booster shot to all individuals aged 50 or older, in addition to individuals aged 12 and older who are moderately to severely immunocompromised. Individuals aged 18 to 49 who were given the J&J vaccine and a booster are also eligible for a second booster. The second booster may be administered 4 months after the first booster dose. The booster shots, of course, as we know, are free. The West Hartford Bloomfield Health District is offering Moderna and Pfizer booster vaccines every Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Thursday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at their office located at 580 Cottage Grove Road. Pfizer is available to anyone 12 and over. Please call 561-860-561-7900 for an appointment. On Saturday, April 30th, 2022, the West Hartford Bloomfield Health District and the West Hartford Police Department are hosting a collaborative effort with the West Hartford Prevention Partnership and West Hartford Social Services to remove unused and unwanted medications during National Take Back Day, in conjunction with a wellness fair for mental health and substance abuse awareness. Good news for our golfers out there. Rockledge Golf Course is now open for the season, opened on Thursday, March 31st. Tee times are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Please visit www.rockledgegolf.com to book your tee time. West Hartford Library is hosting an in-person book club for immigrants on Wednesdays, 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Faxon Branch Library from April 20th through June 22nd, 2022. The Building Connections Book Club is for West Hartford advanced English learners who want to develop their English reading and communication skills in a diverse, inspiring, and encouraging environment. Our biweekly yard waste collection resumes. The Department of Public Works has resumed its biweekly curbside yard waste collection on April 4th. The program will run through the end of October. Yard waste is picked up on the same day as your residential recycling collection. Yard waste is defined as leaves, pine needles, pine cones, acorns, twigs, dead plant matter, and thatch. Yard waste, as we know, is not permitted in the trash barrels. The Yard Waste and Recycling Center is open year-round for unlimited residential use with an annual permit. Saturday hours are 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. from April 2nd through October 28th, 2022. And the facility is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Permits may be purchased online or in person at the recycling center. The Town of West Hartford, in partnership with the West Hartford Chamber of Commerce, will hold a second community job and resource fair on Wednesday, May 25th, 4 to 8 p.m. at the Elmwood Community Center. Any businesses interested in recruiting prospective employees and hosting a booth free of charge should contact Kristen Gorski and our Economic Development Department, or at her email, kristen.gorski@westhartfordct.gov. As you know, we did hold the first job fair last September here in the town hall, and it was a huge success for both businesses and job seekers. And by moving the location to other areas of town, we can provide equitable access to this important resource. The West Hartford Art League and the Town of West Hartford are joining forces once again to bring art to the streets. More than 24 concrete barriers will be placed in the roadway to expand the outdoor dining experience on LaSalle Road, Farmington Avenue, Memorial Road, and Isham Road on May 3rd, weather permitting. Building on last year's success of incorporating art on the blank barrier walls, the West Hartford Art League invites artists to submit designs for 2022 linear mural project. We will post the details online as well so folks can access the application through our website. The community are invited to watch artists in action on May 15th at Blueback Square and on May 22nd on LaSalle Road and Farmington Avenue. And that concludes our lengthy town manager report. This will be online for everyone to read through in more detail, our residents, of course. So thank you. Happy to answer any questions that the council had.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Ledwood? Ms. Blanks?
Thank you, Rick, for that report, but could you repeat the date for the medication, the take-back?
I sure can. So Saturday, April 30th is our National Take Back Day.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Anything else? No. All right. Then we will go to Corporation Counsel. Mr. Dodge.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Before I get into my report, I did just want to ask if Councilor Sweeney, for the purpose of the record, could clarify that his motion on item number 7A, an application on behalf of Our House, Inc., was to set that matter for a public hearing on May 24th, 2022 at 7 p.m.
It was.
Thank you. Madam Mayor, I have no formal report. We will require 2 executive sessions this evening. The first one will be to discuss an attorney-client privileged communication concerning pending litigation, and the second executive session will be for the purpose of discussing the selection of a site for the lease or purchase of real estate. For the members of our audience who are here, I do not anticipate the council taking any action after these executive sessions, and so that will effectively be the conclusion of the public portion of the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Dodge. Announcements. It is school vacation week, so there's I don't have formal announcements, but I have some announcements. So first of all, this Friday is Good Friday, and it also starts the first night of Passover. It's also Ramadan, and I just want to wish everybody a very meaningful and spiritual and hope replenishing holiday weekend, and again, thinking of everybody and having that hopefully light of spring and rebirth. This weekend it is a baseball opening weekend. So on Saturday, April 23rd, at Wolcott Park will be the opening of West Hartford Youth Baseball League. And unfortunately, I threw the first pitch and I always embarrass myself. So then I do a cartwheel. So that kind of changes the weather.
So it all ends well.
So, and I tell my husband I have to practice and he won't do it. Anyway. And then is Sunday, April 24th, is our Little League, West Hartford Little League opening, which is, happens on the fields on the corner of Trout Brook and Asylum. And then Monday is a solemn remembrance of Yom HaShoah, and the reading of the names happens for the whole day, and people read the names of people who perished in the Holocaust. And that's all I had for announcements. Are there any other announcements? Okay. I'm sure there were more that I missed, but that's what I have. Okay, so, I'm sorry. Mr. Dodge.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm going to ask, before we make the motions for executive session, that we switch the order of these. We had intended to go in on the attorney-client privilege matter first, but we were a little bit too efficient in the first part of our meeting this evening, so our attorney is not here yet. So I'd ask Mr. Sweeney to make the motion for the executive session on the lease of real estate first.
With that said, Madam Mayor, without objection, I move to enter executive session to discuss a potential lease or purchase of real estate.
Is there any objection? There being no objection, the item is added to the agenda. And you will make the motion. Go ahead. Oh, all those, there being, is there any objection?
To clarify, Madam Mayor, the motion that Mr. Sweeney was making was to suspend the rules because this item was not on the agenda, so we first need to add it to the
Right.
agenda, and then we'll make the motion to go into executive session.
Thank you. Is any objection to adding to the agenda? Okay, seeing no objection, the item is added to the agenda. Mr. Sweeney?
Madam Mayor, without objection, I move to enter into executive session to discuss a potential lease or purchase of real estate.
Is there any objection? Okay, there being no objection, the council will enter executive session. I will invite Acting Town Manager Rick Ledwith, Corporation Counsel, and Deputy Corporation Counsel Gino Verano to join us.